What is going on, guys? KrysticMusic here. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. We are glad to have you. Today we're going to be talking about what to expect on your first DJ gig. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully it relieves some of the stress, some of the nerves of your first DJ gig. And this doesn't matter if it's like a paid DJ gig or voluntary gig, it's all the same thing. So in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 major topics that I want to touch on. The first thing I'm going to talk about is contacting your client. This is a really big deal, and just to relieve some of the stress off of you so you don't go in like guessing and checking and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you have your client's number, call them, text them, or whoever's venue it is, whoever's party it is, whoever's paying you, so that you can like ease up, you know, and you know what to expect when you get there. You know, what is the environment? Is it outdoors? Is it indoors? Is it on a balcony? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can send you a picture of where you're going to be setting up. And you always, your number one thing that you should be asking is, what is the outlet situation looking like? Because you don't want to show up and there being like no outlets or just one outlets for your whole entire setup, because you don't want to blow their whole house up. You know what I'm saying? So always check the outlet situations, and always ask if they have anything else plugged into the outlets and if you can remove them. So a couple of examples that I can think of are vending machines. Vending machines, you do not want to be in the same outlet or in the same system as a vending machine, because those take up so much power, it's not even funny. Vending machines are your worst enemy. So are water fountains. Just ask, yo, can I unplug this just for like the night? You know, it's only about a 4-hour party, 3-hour party, stuff like that. And honestly, they'll probably say, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want. But yeah, if you see that, don't be afraid to ask, you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise you're just going to blow their outlet, and then that's going to be on you, you know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to ask. And if they do happen to say no, which they probably won't, but just be like, yo, I'm just going to tell you right now, like, your outlet might blow. Like, I'm not even kidding. Your outlet might blow if I don't take your vending machine off for like a couple hours. So just do it that way, and honestly, you'll be good to go. Another thing that you really want to keep in mind is that you have to keep in mind that they are not DJs, so they don't think like a DJ. You have to ask them the basic questions that I just asked, maybe some of your own if you have some questions, concerns. But remember, they aren't DJs. You know, they don't know what you need. They don't know what to look for. So you always want to be prepared for whatever situation that you're put in. So keep that in mind when you are calling them, texting them, stuff like that. They aren't DJs. They don't know about music or equipment. So just keep in mind they are a layman in that term. So that's always good to know. The next subject that I'm going to talk about is preparation. This is so key to your first gig. It's almost unbelievable. So I touched on this last topic, but you always have to be prepared for the worst situations possible. And when I say this, I mean, for example, one time I did a gig, they said there was outlet, stuff like that, but it turns out that the outlet wasn't working. It was already blown out. So luckily I was prepared for the worst, and I brought so many extension cords you would not believe. I always have extension cords. I bring a box of extension cords whenever I go to a gig. I always have like a couple long ones in my car just in case they don't work out, you know. But anyways, I had to use an outlet that was located in another building, another venue, and I had to go to their manager and be like, hey, is it okay if I, you know, plug in to your outlet? It wasn't that far away. It was just the next building over, but still, you gotta be prepared for the worst, because they don't know if their outlets work. They're not DJs, so you gotta prepare for the worst, stuff like that. And that includes, you know, bringing tarps if it starts to rain. You know what I'm saying? Even if it does say that it's not gonna rain, you gotta be prepared for the worst. You know, freak weather happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? So bring tarps, power surges, all of that stuff. And you also want to bring extra cords for your equipment, like if your DJing cord happens to die on you, whatever cord you're using, a USB or whatever, just bring an extra one just in case. If you don't have one, that's cool too. Odds are it won't go out. I use XLR cables for my speakers, so I have a couple main cords that I use, and then I have like this 50-foot cord that I just keep in my car just in case I have to move a speaker around to a new location and it's really far away. So yeah, always be prepared for the worst. Another thing that is key for the preparation is to always have a checklist, whether it's in your mind or whether you're literally writing it down. I suggest literally writing it down, your checklist, checking it off if this is your first gig. What I did, and what I still do today, because it's just habitual like that, I set up my whole setup the day before at my house, just to make sure that everything is working, that everything is able to be set up, you know what I'm saying? And while you're doing this, time yourself so you can know how long it takes your setup to be set up, you know? Right now, my biggest setup takes like an hour and a half when I'm by myself, because, you know, I'm just taking my time, stuff like that. But you want to time yourself. For your first gig, it might not take that long. It might take 20-30 minutes to set up. I don't know your setup. If it's just speakers or a sub or a couple lights, it might take 30-45 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But you want to time yourself and you want to set everything up, because a couple times I've set up the night before and I'm like, oh wow, I'm missing a chord, so I just go by a chord real quick, or you know, something doesn't work, so I'll be like, okay, I have to fix this. So it's you don't have to, it's just a suggestion to set up everything and then tear down everything when you're done, and make sure it works a couple times, but be familiar with your setup and stuff like that. So yeah, just make sure you have everything, power surges, extension cords, stuff like that, all your equipment cords, you know, your laptop charger if you're taking a laptop, stuff like that. And also when you tear it down, make sure everything is in one spot. Don't like put your speaker in one room and the cords in another room, you know, all your power cables in another room. Make sure everything is in one spot, so that you know on the day of that you're gonna take everything in this spot, and then that's it. You don't have anything else to worry about. You're not worried about, oh, did I forget something? Did I leave something at home? Just put everything in one spot in your house, so that you make sure like everything that's there is good to go to the party. So the next thing I'm gonna touch on is actually setting up when you're actually there at the party. The first thing is just knowing the location, you know, make sure you get there in time. And I would set aside at least an hour for your setup. Maybe an hour and a half. And if you don't know where the location is exactly, if you've never been there before, leave an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours earlier, just to be safe. If this is your first time DJing, be there an hour early, hour 30 minutes early, because you will be nervous, and it's a lot better to have some time before the party just to chill out, you know what I'm saying? Because if you get there 30 minutes and you don't know where it is, it's like gated or something, and you have to set up, it's just really stressful to add to your already stressful situation. So make sure you know where it is, and make sure you have enough time to set up. Another thing I want to say about setting up is that you will be nervous. It's normal. My first time setting up, I was like, oh shoot, I was like, man, what if stuff doesn't work? All this stuff's gonna work, all this stuff's gonna run through your head. Just meet up with the client, make sure you have the right spot to set up at, and you know, take it slow. Maybe throw on some music while you're setting up. Just be calm, you know, it's just a DJ party, but you are gonna be nervous because it is your first time. If you're not nervous, then props to you, because I was so nervous on my first DJ gig. But just stay calm throughout this process. You have so much time till the party starts, so just stay calm and set up your equipment like it's nothing, like you're doing it every day in your room. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is the actual performance itself. And once you get started, the nerves are gonna go away, guys. I promise you, everything will be fine. Once you start, you know, once people start filling up the party, it starts to get crowded, people are talking, conversating, you will be nervous, you know, because this is your first time. You're gonna be like, okay, what do I do? just do your thing, you know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about that. Just have tunnel vision for like maybe like a couple minutes. Just focus on your DJ deck, focus on the mixing, focus on the music, put some headphones on, you know what I'm saying? Just vibe it out. And you will overcome that in a matter of minutes. I'm not even joking. And then you'll be having a fun party, because just remember that you love to DJ. You love music. This is what you do. This is what you want to do. Just keep that in mind, that you're the DJ, stuff like that. And if you mess up, you mess up. They won't even notice. They haven't noticed any time that I mess up. If I mess up a mix or a transition, they won't know. That's just for you to keep in mind next time on the next party. Be like, all right, I got to get better at this. But I promise the nerves will go away once you get started. And if you want to know how to read a crowd at a party, stuff like that, even if you're a beginner, I have a video for that. I'll link it in the description below, so you can go check that out if you want to learn how to read a crowd and stuff like that. And the last thing I want to say about the performance is have fun. Don't forget you're there to have fun too. It's a party, you know what I'm saying? Don't make it stressful. Don't make it seem like work, even though you're getting paid for it if you are. But just have fun. You know, you're a DJ. This is what you love to do. You're getting paid for what you love to do. Just keep that in mind. Like, have some fun. All right, the last thing I'm going to talk about is tearing your setup down. This could be a stressful situation. I've had a couple situations where the client's like, all right, party ends at 10, so I'm like, all right, I'll start tearing down 9:30ish, and it turns out that the venue closes at 9, so I had to stay there like after hours. They were waiting on me. It was dark. They had to turn out the lights, stuff like that. Just make sure you're clear on that with your client, you know. Set aside like a half hour to an hour depending on your setup to actually tear down. So the party ends at 10. You know, you might want to start cutting off the music 9:30ish, you know what I'm saying? That depends on you. If it's your first time, you might want to give yourself a little more leeway, but it doesn't really matter, because they'll wait for you to leave anyway, because you know, you're not gonna stay there. You know what I'm saying? But another thing I want to touch on is make sure you take your time. I know a lot of DJs that just rush to get out of there. Take your time tearing down. Don't forget anything. Even if you get like a power cord, that's $20 right there, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you have everything. Do your little checklist, you know what I'm saying? No, there's no rush, you know, just make sure that you got everything, and there's no shame in asking like a couple friends to help you out, you know what I'm saying? If there's guys at the party, be like, hey, can you help me carry a couple speakers, like, just to get this going faster? Even if you don't know them, I'm sure they'll say yes. You'll at least find 1 or 2 people that are willing to help you take stuff to your car. Whether it's boxes of cords or a speaker or 2, stuff like that, they're willing to help. Just make sure that they aren't stealing anything, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it for that. Just make sure you have some time and have people to help you if you're struggling, you know what I'm saying? Or if you can get all by yourself, get all by yourself. But there's no rush. You'll probably be pretty tired from standing, dancing around, jumping around all night for hyping up the crowd, stuff like that. So yeah, get some help if you need it. There's no shame in that. But anyways, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video if you liked it. Comment if you want, or comment if you have any other tips for the beginners out there. Comment your experiences on your first DJ gig. I know I'm gonna do a video on that soon because mine was pretty hectic. But anyway, subscribe if you want. I'm gonna be making more videos lately. I'm doing pretty good on the daily uploads, you guys. I'm pretty proud of myself. I've done it for like, I don't know how long. I've done daily uploads for like a week now, so it's getting pretty hard, but I'm gonna make do with what I got, you know what I'm saying? Recording, editing, all that stuff for you guys. Thank you so much for the crazy support, crazy likes, crazy comments, and you know, subscribers. I'm getting a lot of subscribers, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for liking them, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope everybody's having a great day, a great night, whatever you're having, and I hope everyone's doing good on their New Year's resolution, you know what I'm saying? Keep that up, keep that up. But anyways, I'm out, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and see ya. Peace.